It's possible to type values such as interest rates or commission percentages directly into a formula, but in almost every case, it's a better idea to draw the value from a cell in your worksheet. Putting a value in a cell both makes the value visible instead of hidden in a formula, and enables you to change the value or result of the calculation without editing the formula. In this movie, I will show you how to use cell references effectively. My sample file is the Cell Refs workbook, and you can find it in the Chapter 1 folder of the exercise files collection. Let's say that I'm creating a summary, and I want to find the total of sales for February of 2015. So if I look over at monthly revenue, I'll see that that value is in cell B4. To create that formula, I'll go to cell F3, type an equal sign, and then type the cell reference B4, and enter. And there I get my result, 303,074, which is the result here. If I didn't want to type the cell reference, I don't have to. So I'll press the up arrow key and then delete to get rid of the formula. And then in F3, I'll type an equal sign, and then I'll just click cell B4. There's my cell reference, enter, and I get my result. You can also select multiple cells. So let's say that I wanted to find the result for quarter number 2 for both 2015 and 2016. That would be the months of April, May, and June for both years. So here I will click in cell F4 where I want to create the formula, type an equal sign. The function I'll use is sum, S-U-M, followed by a left parentheses, and then I will select cells B6 through C8. The colon between B6 and C8 indicates that it's a range. So it's looking for all cells defined by the box with the upper left corner B6 and the bottom right corner C8. Right parentheses and enter, and I get my result. You can also select multiple groups of cells, and they don't have to be connected with each other. So let's say that I wanted to find the sum for Q2 and Q4 for both years. So I'll type an equal sign, and then the function sum, followed by a left parentheses. Then I'll select the same cells that I did before. So that would be B6 through C8. Then I will hold down the control key, and I want quarter number 4. So that is cell B12 going down to cell C14. Now I'll release the control key, and you can see 2 separate ranges have been entered into cell F5. So I have B6 colon C8, which is the first range, and then a comma, and then B12 colon C14. So those are the 2 ranges that I'm going to sum up. I'll type a right parentheses to close the argument list for the sum, enter, and there I get my total. If you want, you can also include entire rows or entire columns in a formula. So let's say that I want to include everything from fiscal year 16, which is in column C. So in cell F6, I'll type an equal sign, and then sum, S-U-M, followed by a left parentheses, and then I will click the column header for column C. I know my mouse pointer is in the right place when it changes to a downward pointing black arrow. So I'll click there, and in cell F6, I get C colon C, and that is Excel shorthand for looking at every value in column C. And then I will type a right parentheses, and you can see the reference is C colon C. And what that has done is indicate that it wants to include every cell in column C in the summation. And when I press enter, I get my result. I can also do the same thing for rows. So if I wanted to find all the results for September, which are in row 11, in cell F7, I could type equal, sum, left parentheses, and then I'll click the row header for row 11. And you can see in the formula, I get 11 colon 11. Then I'll type a right parentheses and enter, and there I get my total. Including cell ranges and formulas by creating effective cell references makes your job much easier. Whether you select cells or enter their addresses by hand, you can be sure you're summarizing the proper data when your references are correct.